Hey, stop scrolling right now. If I told you I once laughed straight into the eyes of a man whose phone was stuffed with child-rated videos and his payback was ripping away the only lifeline I had left, would you stay for the whole nightmare? Because that moment was just the spark. I'm the kid who spilled this anonymously on March 20, 2021 under the title Without Any Hope Anymore. The smiley? Pure venom. What follows is the unedited, uncensored, soul-crushing truth every memory I've replayed 1,000 times in the dark. This is going to take 15 minutes. Breathe deep. Here we go.
These stories are based on real-life incidents. Names, locations, and certain details have been changed to protect privacy. The purpose of this content is for awareness and informational storytelling only. We do not intend to target or defame any individual, group, or organization.
Let's rewind to when I was 7. Maybe 8, old enough to sense the world tilting wrong, too young to name the tilt. Mom had started dating Rick a few months earlier. He was tall, loud, always smelled like cheap cigarettes and the body spray he drowned himself in to hide it. Weekends, he'd sprawl on our sagging couch, boots on the coffee table, claiming the remote like he'd paid for the TV. I'd hide in my room with crayons and comic books, but he'd always find a reason to barge in. "Tickle fight," he'd boom, and before I could bolt, his hands were on me. Fingers worming under my t-shirt, skimming the waistband of my pajama pants, pressing just hard enough that I'd go stiff as a board. I'd giggle because that's what kids do when they're terrified and don't know it yet. He'd laugh louder, like my frozen panic was the punchline. Mom would poke her head in, smile tiredly, and say, "Aw, look at you two bonding." Bonding. That word still tastes like rust. I learned fast. Lock the door, wedge a chair under the knob. Pretend to be asleep the second his key turned in the lock downstairs. Some nights, I'd hear him pacing the hallway, testing handles. The chair held, barely. I'd lie there, clutching my stuffed dinosaur until my knuckles went white, counting heartbeats until the footsteps faded. Mornings, I'd act normal. Cereal, backpack, school bus, because admitting anything felt impossible. Who would believe the 8-year-old over the grown man who paid the electric bill? So the secret calcified inside me, layer after layer, until it felt like part of my skeleton. Fast forward almost a decade. It's 2021. I'm 15, awkward, headphones permanently glued to my ears. Mom and Rick are basically married without the paperwork. He's got a key, a drawer in her dresser, and a permanent scowl for me. Our apartment is a shoebox, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, walls so thin I can hear him snoring through the drywall. I've got my tablet, secondhand, cracked screen, but it's mine. Art apps, music, forums where nobody knows my real name. It's the only place I'm safe. Then comes the night that detonates everything. Rick's in the living room, yelling at the TV, some sports game. Doesn't matter. He stomps to the kitchen for another beer, leaves his phone on the counter like it's no big deal. Screen still lit. I'm grabbing a glass of water, glance down, and the Photos app is open. Thumbnails. Dozens of them. Naked skin. I freeze. Zoom in on one. A girl, maybe 14. Eyes wide, terrified. Another, younger, 10 at most. Posed like the others. I swipe. More. Hundreds. Chat screenshots with timestamps from last week. Video files. One is literally named age 11, blonde, new. My knees buckle. The glass slips from my hand and shatters. Rick's head snaps up. "What the hell?" he barks, storming over. I'm already bolting to the bathroom, slamming the door, puking until there's nothing left but bile and terror. He pounds on the door. Open up! You break my screen, you're paying for it. I don't answer. I can't. My brain is looping the same question on repeat. How many years was he looking at me like that? I don't sleep. I sit on the cold tile until dawn, knees to chest, replaying every tickle, every hallway bump, every time he called me buddy with that oily smile. When the sun comes up, I delete the browser history on my own tablet, 10 tabs of how to report child porn anonymously, because paranoia has already set in. Rick acts like nothing happened. He even ruffles my hair at breakfast. I flinch so hard the cereal bowl tips. Mom notices, asks what's wrong. I mutter, bad dream, and escape to school. The secret calcifies again. Heavier this time.
2 months later, the universe decides I haven't hit rock bottom. Mom's routine mammogram lights up like a Christmas tree. Stage 3 breast cancer. Aggressive. Needs immediate everything. Chemo, radiation, surgery, the works. The treatment center is 3 hours north. She packs a duffel with wigs and nausea meds, kisses my forehead, promises she'll call every night. The door clicks shut behind her, and the apartment shrinks to the size of a coffin. Rick turns to me, cracks his knuckles, and says, "Guess it's just us men now." The word men lands like a slap. The first week, he's almost civil, cooks frozen pizza, grunts about chores. Week 2, the mask slips. He screams if a spoon is in the wrong drawer. He times how long I'm in the shower. He stands outside the bathroom door humming while I pee. At night, the porn starts. Volume cranked, bass thumping through my wall like a second heartbeat. I stuff headphones in, blast music until my ears ring, sketch until my wrist cramps. Mom calls at 8 sharp every evening. Her voice is paper thin. "How's Rick treating you, baby?" I lie so smoothly it scares me. "He's fine, Mom. Made tacos last night." She cries with relief. I cry after I hang up, silent so he won't hear. The isolation is surgical. No dad. He bailed when I was 4. Sends a $20 birthday card once a year. Like that erases everything. No grandparents, no cousins, nobody who wants a moody teen with baggage. My dog Max was the last living creature who loved me unconditionally. 2 weeks before Mom left, he darted into the street after a squirrel. The driver never even slowed. I held his collar while the light faded from his eyes. Buried him in the strip of dirt behind the complex, under the dying maple. That night, I cut for the first time. Just a shallow line on my thigh. Proof I could still feel something that was mine. The cutting escalates with the loneliness. After Rick's 2 a.m. porn marathons, I'd lock myself in the bathroom, line up the razor, press until red beaded like punctuation marks. It wasn't about dying. It was about translating the scream in my head into something visible. 10 lines became 20. Thighs, hips, the soft skin inside my upper arms. I wore hoodies in 90-degree heat. Rick noticed, smirked, said, "Emo phase, huh?" I wanted to carve that smirk off his face. Mom comes home between rounds, looking like a stranger. Bald, skeletal, eyes sunken. The apartment smells like antiseptic and fear. I think Rick will dial it back with her here. Instead, he doubles down. He criticizes her cooking, her wig, the way she naps too much. He yells at me for breathing too loud. The final explosion ignites over nothing.
Mom's on the couch, voice a rasp, asks if I've seen her heating pad. I'm across the room, headphones in, sketching a dragon whose wings are made of broken glass. I don't hear her. Rick detonates.
Answer your mother when she speaks. Spit flies, veins bulge. I rip the headphones off, adrenaline flooding so fast my vision tunnels. Something snaps. I laugh, sharp, manic, unstoppable. You're losing your mind because I missed a whisper from 20 feet away? That's the hill you're dying on today? The laugh keeps coming, echoing off the walls like a dare. Rick's face cycles red to purple. The tirade is biblical. I'm a leech, I'm a stake, a waste of the air I breathe. He pays for everything. Food, internet, the roof over my ungrateful head. Mom tries to stand, legs trembling, tears carving tracks through her chemo-paled cheeks. Rick, stop. Give the tablet back. He didn't do anything wrong. That's when he lunges, snatches my tablet mid-sketch, and marches to his room. The lock clicks like a gunshot. I stand frozen, fists clenched so tight my nails draw blood from my palms. Mom collapses back onto the couch, sobbing into a pillow. Rick's voice drifts through the door, smug. Maybe next time you'll learn respect.
That night, I hit the vein. I don't remember deciding, just the sudden, warm flood, the bathroom spinning, the ceiling tiles blurring into static. I thought, finally, quiet. Then, nothing. I wake at 3:17 a.m. to the hum of the fridge, blood crusted on my arm like war paint. I clean it with bleach that stings worse than the cut, wrap it in gauze, and stare at my reflection until the sun rises. The girl in the mirror looks ancient. I make a promise to her. He doesn't get to win.
March 20th, 2021. I type the post on a library computer because Rick still has my tablet. Title: Without any hope anymore. I expect crickets. Instead, it explodes. Thousands of upvotes, strangers DMing survival stories, hotline numbers, offers of couches in states I've never visited. One message just says, "You laughed at him. That's power. Hold on to it." I screenshot it, hide it in a folder labeled Taxes on a cloud drive Rick will never find.
I want to report him. I rehearsed the call to the cops 100 times in my head. But Rick is meticulous. VPNs, encrypted messaging, auto-delete after 24 hours. And Mom needs him. He drives her to radiation when the bus is late. He pays the copay when insurance balks. Turn him in and the fallout is a meteor. Eviction, foster care, Mom alone in a hospital bed. I'm trapped in a chess game where every move ends with her dying. So I stay. I perfect the art of invisibility. Earbuds in, eyes down, footsteps silent. I sleep with a paring knife under my pillow, handle wrapped in duct tape so it doesn't clatter. I count ceiling cracks like sheep.
Some nights, the weight presses so hard I can't breathe. I sneak to the balcony, sit on the cold concrete, and whisper to the stars like Max can hear me. I tell him about the dragon sketch I never finished, about Mom's wig that itches, about the way Rick's eyes follow me when he thinks I'm not looking. The stars don't answer, but the air feels thinner up there, like I can borrow a lungful of freedom before climbing back into the cage.
Mom finishes her last radiation in May. The doctors say cautious optimism. She gains 5 pounds, her hair grows in soft and silver. Rick celebrates by buying himself a new gaming chair. I get my tablet back. Password changed, half my apps deleted, search history wiped. He smirks when he hands it over. Don't make me take it again. I nod, pocket it, and start saving every penny from my weekend shifts at the comic shop. $50 a week. Bus ticket money. Escape velocity.
I turned 16, then 17. The scars fade to silver threads. I learned to cook so Mom rests. I walk Max's old route, even though there's no leash in my hand anymore. I keep the knife, but I stop sleeping with it. Some nights I dream Rick's arrested. Cuffs, flashing lights, Mom's safe in a new apartment paid for by some miracle. I wake up relieved for exactly 3 seconds before reality slams back.
18 is 3 months away now. I've got a plan sketched in the margins of my math notebook. Graduate early, crash on my friend Jamie's couch, enroll in community college, and never look back. Mom knows pieces. She found the bus schedule printout, cried, hugged me so hard my ribs creaked. She whispered, "Take me with you when you can." I promised I would. Rick suspects nothing. He's too busy scrolling his locked phone in the dark.
Here's what I need you to hear, whoever you are, wherever you're hiding tonight. If your bedroom door doesn't feel safe, if someone's hands or words or eyes make you smaller than you are, if the only power you have left is the choice to keep breathing, use it. You are not the sum of their sickness. You are not the punchline to their joke. You are the kid who laughed in the devil's face, who bled on the floor and cleaned it up, who typed a scream into the void and watched the world scream back. That is not weakness. That is the seed of something unbreakable.
I still don't have a fairy tale ending. Rick still snores through the wall. Mom's scans are clean for now. My duffel bag is packed under the bed. 2 changes of clothes, sketchbook, Max's old collar. Every morning I wake up, look at the locked door down the hall, and choose to stay alive one more day. Some days that choice tastes like copper. Some days it tastes like sunrise. Either way, I swallow it. Do not give up. Not tonight, not tomorrow. Borrow my stubbornness, my cracked screen hope, my dragon with wings of broken glass. One more breath, one more sketch, one more sunrise. That's enough for now. I'm doing okay. For now. And that, my friend, is a victory the monster will never understand. If this carved something out of you, leave a comment. Tell me your war cry. Hotlines are in the description. Use them, please. You are not alone. I'm living proof. See you on the other side.